games on TV now, especially Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night. How does that affect your routine and practice for the games?
Question. Troy or Dennis, you want to take it first?
I guess it all depends on the day of the week, because you can go from having a Sunday night game to playing Monday next week, or even Thursday. That's how it was when our Thanksgiving game, right? We played that Sunday and then played Thursday. So the coaches, they just take care of you. Obviously, you play a game the next day. Let's say, for example, the Thanksgiving game, we played San Francisco. We had just played, was it Indiana? No. Cincinnati? Yeah, we just played Cincinnati, and then that Sunday, and so we had off the Monday, but we came in. We had off physically, meaning we just had to lift. We didn't practice. We didn't really practice that week. We had a short little workout on Tuesday, but physically, your body's beat up. So bad after the game. You see the way guys are walking after the game. Especially the big guys. It's a war in there. And, the coaches take care of us time-wise, and, you just have to prepare the same, in terms of understanding the game plan. It makes their job, in the office a lot tougher. They have to plan so far ahead, for those games. But, in our case, it's just the physical part, and it also hurts, losing a day or two of preparation, but you just have to do it.
Let's stay on this for a second. JO, I see you shaking your head. Talk about what it was like on a short work week for you guys when you had a short work week.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, if you ask any particular lineman, you play every game Sunday at 1 o'clock because you can stick to your routine. Nothing changes. But when you have that change in schedule, it messes up your preparation. Like you're saying, you might lose a day. You might lose a little film time. But generally, the biggest problem is, when I was younger, when you're 22, 23 years old, I could have played the game on Sunday. Wednesday, I could have played another game. So when the time though I'm retired, I could play a game on Sunday, and I might not be ready till next Sunday to play another game. So that, when we had those Thursday games, we had a couple of those. It was rough, but you always told yourself the other team is going through the exact same thing. Who could be more efficient, in preparing? Because we're both out there with the same even playing field. So let's go out there and get it done. You got to do it. Let's go kick their butt. That's kind of the way you got to put the mentality to it.
Q. I think what would be interesting for the fans to hear is people may not be aware of how much prep work goes into preparing for a game day broadcast, and studying film, learning rosters, preparing your boards. Talk about what it's like for you from a broadcasting standpoint to finish a game on a Sunday, get home late on a Sunday night, and be ready to call a game in the broadcast booth on Thursday night.
I have the advantage of having Jerry Sandusky as my play-by-play guy, and I learned a long time ago when I retired from the league and got an opportunity to work up at ESPN how much actually goes into preparation to play a game, and from the producers to the camera people to the technicians, all that, and the play-by-play guy setting the table to make your job as the color analyst a smooth one. And when I got an opportunity to work with the Ravens game day broadcast, Jerry and I would sit there and we start going over the roster, and he has a system on a flip chart that is second to none. And what I mean by a system, so he took, I'm sure you guys are all familiar, I see with your iPad, with Apple has their program where pages where they can, have you do whatever you want to do on your pages. Well, he developed where he'll have all the wide receivers in one column, he'll have the quarterbacks, he'll have a small block of the offensive lineman up here, and he'll have all the running backs. Then he'll do the same for the defense for both teams, have it all in the team's color, everything. He put that entire system together. Well, as we started going along, he's like, I'm bored of this. He puts it over on numbers, which is similar to Microsoft's Excel sheet. So he did the same thing, but now it updates automatically the statistics. So if Torrey and Dennis had a huge game, he could just plug it right in, and now Torrey might have had 14.1 yards a catch. Now he has 16.2 yards a catch. Or Dennis had 4 touchdowns. Now it bumps it up to 6 touchdowns and so forth. That being said, for me, it's vital to understand the board, understand the information as far as, you know, who's doing what, but then also get an opportunity to talk to guys like Torrey and Dennis, and to Andy if I get an opportunity to talk to a front office guy. And, you know, the game is going to be the game. You know, I reference back to the Cincinnati game. Well, it's very easy. Cincinnati needs to win against the Ravens to get to the playoffs. The Ravens, they beat Cincinnati. They go undefeated in the division. They seal up the division, and so be it. But you, the fan, I want to give you a little insight on the mentality of what the guys are going through. And that's where I'm hoping that, yes, the game is going to be the game, but I also can get a little detail of, well, I got an opportunity to talk to Ray Rice. Ray wants to finish off the year strong. He wants to show that going into the playoffs, he's going to have a lot of momentum. And I believe that game he had over 200 yards rushing. I want to make sure that, well, why did he have 200 yards rushing? Well, because, you know, they had two tight end formation. Dennis Pitta, you know, wants to hone in on his blocking skills, not just be known as a one-dimensional tight end. Well, on the one run that Ray Rice had off tackle, you know, Dennis sealed the edge really perfectly against the linebacker coming around the corner to try to stop Ray. Ray set it up nicely, and off he goes. But it's the preparation during the week that I continually go over to make sure that when you're listening to the game, when you finish, whether or not you're listening to it at home or you're driving, that you feel like, wow, you know, that was an awesome game. And as a Raven fan, I understand why they had such a great game. It is a lot of prep work, and I love it.
Andy, from us.